Hey, it's Jim Fisher, aka The Beat, with This Week Community News. I'm with Joe Bishara. Joe is directing the CATCO production of A Christmas Carol, right, Joe?
That's correct.
Thanks for being with us today. Appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having me.
Now, this is not your standard issue production of A Christmas Carol.
No, it is not.
Describe what we're going to see for us.
The setting is 1940s London.
Okay.
A band of actors have walked in to an abandoned theater.
Okay.
When they stumble into this abandoned theater, they find scripts for A Christmas Carol. They take it upon themselves to begin reading the script, and from there the story flows.
I gotcha.
So it's a moment, it's an instance where it's a play within a play,
Yeah.
and it's okay sometimes to see the wires, meaning that we'll see them with their scripts from time to time.
Okay.
We'll see them as they're ending up playing multiple roles within a scene. You'll actually see them think, okay, well, how am I supposed to do this one?
Interesting.
So it's almost like an inside glance.
Yeah.
So that's what really drew us to it. We're really interested in having a different take on classics.
Okay.
On top of that, there's also a cappella music, and on top of that, there's also some mask work to differentiate between the characters, actors playing different characters.
Okay.
Last but not least, we also have a surprise for our young Scrooge and our Tiny Tim.
Okay. And you're just going to have to tell us what the surprise is right now. Well, I can't wait, Joe.
Okay.
What's
All
the
right.
surprise?
Well, you know what, Jim? I'm going to let you actually interview Tiny Tim. Does that sound good?
I can interview Tiny Tim.
Yeah, you can interview Tiny Tim.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Okay.
And so we're here with Tiny Tim, who's going to tell us a little bit about maybe one of his favorite things that he gets to do. Tell us, I understand there's something that you really, really like to do, Tiny Tim.
Well, my favorite thing is to have Father read me stories.
Stories? Any stories in particular?
My favorite is Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves.
Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves is a really, really neat story. But I heard that that this is a special book that you read the stories from as well.
Yes, well, Father found it from Mr. Scrooge's office, and he brought it home for me so we could read all the stories together for the whole family.
And so this is Emily Turner, and she is the actress that's portraying and operating Tiny Tim. And so we wanted to. She is important. We want to put her on camera a little bit. Talk a little bit about how working and operating and voicing this character is different maybe than a lot of other things that you've had a chance to do.
It's a process that you definitely have to tackle in steps. First, I had to get used to holding him at the right height so he doesn't sag, and getting used to how to manipulate the controls so that he moves properly.
Okay.
And then after that, I kind of took that away and tried to work on his voice separately so I didn't have to worry about both things at once.
Okay.
And now we've put it all together and are trying to make it the complete package.
Okay.
So.
And Tiny Tim's character is maybe a little bit different even than a standard issue puppet. He's supposed to have a crutch, right? He's got problems with his walking. Talk about the mechanism here for the crutch.
He's got a little hole drilled in his foot right there.
Okay.
And we've added a couple bolts to twist on so that his crutch would be attached, and
Neat.
it's ultimately Velcroed to his sleeve. So you
Okay.
don't get any manipulation with this arm anymore.
Okay.
But he can still be animated with his head and walk and wave his hands at everyone. So
That's pretty cool. So Joe, tell us a little bit. There's the puppet has a backstory.
He does. He absolutely does. A lot of this story is focused around the band of actors that stumble into this 1940s abandoned theater, telling the story with found objects.
Okay.
It just so happens that this marionette has a similar story.
I gotcha.
It was a found object by our puppet designer, and he chose to, instead of creating a brand new marionette from scratch, repurpose this vintage marionette into being what we needed for this production. You can find out more information by going to our website, www.catco.org.
Okay.
Or you can purchase tickets via our ticket office at 614-469-0939. We do have a $15 ticket offer for children. So anyone between the ages of 4 and 18, we want this to be a production. It is a production for the family.
For the
We want
family.
the family to be able to afford to come during
Sure.
the holiday season.
Okay.
So
Very good.
hope they take us up on that.
Excellent. Well, thank you all three for spending a little bit of time with us today. Thanks so much.
thank you.
Oh, hello. I'm Tiny Jim. That's awesome. Thanks for letting me do that. That was fun.